Hi guys, I'm having a workshop blitz. I can't work in this blinking muddle any longer. So I'm keeping my best bits and pieces, having an oil up, clean up, getting rid of some cobwebs. A few spiders gone up the hoover. Oh no, I can't carry on like this. It's got out of hand. So you're going to see a change. You're going to see a change. Right, I won't part with this little darling, but I'm going to give it a birthday. Clean up all the guides. I've cleaned the wheel rubbers. It does stand level, it's the floor. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to put a little light on this. Put a new blade in. Oil all the bearings. Blow out all the motor. We make a start with this. And we'll spread out through the rest of it. You see. Well, I made a start. I've given me bandsaw an absolute birthday. I've upped the speed, I've squared up the cable, absolutely spot on. I've squared up all the guides, generally had a good clean round, all the bearings, tightened things up. We've upped the speed. Ideal. And although I've got a light shining on the table, I've fitted this little light, these little 9 LEDs from the pound shop, and drilled and put a little switch here, and that puts a spot exactly at the end of the blade, so even a blind old bat like me can now see what he's doing. I've cleared out all the drawers and rubbish. Lots of stuff I didn't know I had, so eBay won't know what's hit them. Oh dear, just got to get rid of some of this rubbish. Anyway, going to clear the rest of all this up and go along the shelves and sort out what's broken, what's not. I'm keeping all the best, but all the rest is... I just can't... I never used to be in such a muddle. Some of you think it's tidy, but it's far from what I'm used to. But I'm quite pleased with this little effort. So it's been a couple of hours. I won't dare turn the camera around and show you the other way. It's like a bomb's dropped, but I'm now going to go and clear that up. So I feel I made a start. Great. Oh, I just add this bit, this little light I put on the bandsaw. It's a very harsh light. Someone did say they didn't like the quality of LEDs, especially for night vision and this sort of thing. And I have to agree, it is quite harsh. It's very bright. Well, it's very close. But I thought, well, perhaps I can filter it. And I tried various diffused bits of plastic and frosted glass. And I found out I could sort of greatly improve the quality. I found a piece of yellowy plastic, and that softens that up nicely. Perhaps the camera doesn't show it too well, but it's a warmer colour, much better suited for wood and so forth. So that was a simple exercise, or would be if I knew what I'd done with it, to cut a little circle. Well, blow me down. Where'd it go? It's here somewhere, folks. Anyway, I've cut a little circle and I just simply super glue it. Or hot glue it onto the face of this. There's no heat, so it won't come off. So working on that premise, and I had some of this over. If you remember these lights, I've got one in my on my fishing boat, and by Jove, that does give a light. But that too, as matey said, is a bit harsh. So That's super glued on. I'm going to try that. I'll do you a comparison with it on and with it off the next time I do a fishing video. Anyway, just thought I'd add that. While the camera's running in this direction, I extended my efforts to the oxygen cylinder here. These cables, well, they're 25, maybe 30 years old, so I've gone over them very, very, very carefully. Clean things down. I've used soapy water on all the connections, regulator gauges and so forth, on both cylinders. Check that they're, and check for no cracks or perish. They seem to be held up okay. And I've treated myself to a couple of new flashback arresters on the little blowtorch here, so we've extended to this far. All that lot's going to be done yet. And what I've dropped here, because I wear those things are damn nuisance. They're actual glass, which I like, but you can't successfully braise without them, or it's not easy. So I've got an old pair of them. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut those lenses and glue them onto an old pair of glasses. I'll have the magnification, eyesight correction of the glasses, and I'll have the coloured filter for changing the light properties. By Jove! Close to where I live, there's a window manufacturers, and they make conservatories, and they demolish old conservatories, and they have skips out the back, and all the broken glass goes in the skips and furniture and stuff. And the wood they put to one side, because this fills up the skips and they have to pay for them. And a lot of the wood, and here, in the back of my car, this is my third load. I've had 2 trailer loads. You're doing them a favour, taking it away. They're very pleased. But what I do is I cut it up. I saw between all the old screws and nails, and it goes in my workshop stove. But a lot of the stuff is good long lengths. Like so. And it's mahogany, and it seems a shame to burn a lot of it, so I sort out the very best and denail it, go over it carefully, clean off any putty and so forth, and it goes through the planer. It's lovely seasoned wood, and it stops it going to the landfill site, and I make good use of it. Always amazes me, you see people going to the timber yard and being coos of this world, and they pay exorbitant fees. Some horrible old pine that's fast dried and as warping as they walk out the door. Perhaps they don't know about this. This repo period table I made was once someone's conservatory. Several pieces, such as this little telephone table. If I haven't sufficiently large cross-sectional area, I'll make it up out of segments. It still works. Okay, it's not Honduras mahogany, but surely better than ending up in the skip. This simple little work desk was dumped in a car park. It had a sort of leather top which had all curled up with the rain, and I use it in the bedroom for messing about on the computer. But for some reason the cat loves to sit up here too, and she likes to lend a paw now and again. This little pine cabinet. Again, I found in a car park. Someone had fly tipped it, and it was painted. And I stripped it, and I put some mouldings around the door, and a sort of little gallery on the bottom, and it sort of adds a bit of character. Out of the carload, this lot I'm saving for projects. I guess it's about a quarter. And this is the amount of wood I've sawn up, which is perhaps got splits in. There's a couple of thicker bits I'm going to use the chainsaw on.